What is up, y'all? Dave here, Wild Hearts Farm, where we're working to live a more sustainable life connected to nature with all that God has provided for us. So, chicken math is a real thing, and Heather has recently ordered a whole bunch of new baby chicks to add to our existing egg-laying flock. So, one question a lot of people have is, how do you integrate those baby chicks into an existing flock? As a matter of fact, we had the exact same question, and we had the opportunity to ask a professional. Let's see how that went.
So this is the portion of the show where we take questions from our viewers. Ari, you're going to answer, okay? And surprise the viewer by handing over the question to you. Yeah.
Hi Heather, my name is Ari Katz.
It's nice to meet you, Ari.
And I hear that you have a question about your chickens.
Yes, I'm wondering how I integrate my 8 new chicks. They're not sexed, so I don't know if they'll be hens or roosters. How do I integrate my new chicks in with my hens?
Well, I would be happy to answer your question. I've been raising chickens for a very long time, but I have someone here with me that I think could answer it even better. So I'm going to turn it over to her.
Okay.
Hi, Heather.
Oh my gosh, Martha!
You recognize me?
I am so excited to meet you. I'm a huge fan of yours. Oh my goodness. Working to integrate 8 chicks.
How old are the chicks now?
They're 6 weeks, so they're fully feathered and they're getting ready to be out of their brooder.
So you could even cordon off a small portion of that coop with some chicken wire.
Oh yeah.
Not the outside, but the inside.
They can see each other.
They can see each other. They know what's going to be coming, that they're going to be part of the bigger flock, and they really can acclimate very quick.
I am very excited to integrate the chicks and to take Martha's advice, doing some chicken wire and quartering off the coop and allowing them to see one another and to be around each other for a little while and then allowing them to fully engage. So Martha, thank you so much for your advice and taking time with me today.
All right, y'all, so when you get advice from Martha Stewart, you should probably take it, and take it we did. As a matter of fact, we designed our new coop with this feature in mind. So we have a way to partition off the old coop to the new coop and slowly integrate our new chicks. So I'm gonna head to the post office, I'm gonna pick up these new chicks, I'm gonna bring you all along for this little journey of raising these chicks and integrating them into our new flock. So come on, let's go. So our post office is great. They call us the second the chicks arrive. I'm not sure the breeds my wife got this time, but they're all here and they all seem really healthy. So now it's just getting them back to the house and getting them into our brooder. So a quick introduction to our original hens, the original flock. Really not necessary, but you know, why not? Now, again, these are day-old chicks. So when you introduce them into the brooder, it's a good idea to dip their beaks in the water just so they know where that water source is. So we are all set up here. I do have a cardboard partition set up to reduce the size of this brooder right now. When they're this small, you want to consolidate them around that light to make sure they don't wander off and get a little bit too cold. So, you know, just getting them in here right now, getting them acclimated. And again, they all seem really healthy and just cute little fluff balls. So you can now see by day 10, they're already getting their feathers. So some feathers are coming in. They're all really healthy with it, which is just fantastic. And yeah, getting along really well. Now we still have that cardboard partition up because they're still pretty small, and it's actually coming in really handy because we lost our favorite rooster, Merle, and decided to hatch out some of his chicks just as a legacy. So what we did after they hatched them out, we actually put them on the other side of this cardboard partition to allow them to get acclimated to this new brooder, and the process worked out really well. So now this is day 15, and you can see our little Merle babies there on the other side of the partition. We just threw them in there, so they're kind of like, whoa, where am I? Sort of alien territory, but you know, the same process. We came in, we dipped their beaks, we got a special light set up just for them, and now they have this whole area just for themselves. All right, y'all, so by day 31, they have literally just doubled in size, and they have absolutely outgrown the brooder with that cardboard partition. So I went ahead and removed that and give them a little bit more room to run around and let both, I guess, mini chick flocks sort of congregate together. Now they're still not outside yet. They're still in the brooder, but that's coming here pretty soon because they are starting to get fully feathered. Of course, it's always really good to spend a little bit of time with your hens, trying to pick them up, hold them. It just makes them a lot friendlier in the future when you're trying to grab eggs from them and everything. So that's a good thing to do, to interact. And of course, you know, Heather just loves these little baby chicks and spending some time with them. They admit they're pretty cute.
You want to go next?
All right, so it is day 41 and these chicks are fully feathered and they are ready for some run time. So we're taking the advice of Martha and we are setting up our custom built partition that's designed to give them some space and interact with the current flock, which is going to make integration in the future a heck of a lot easier. So a really simple design, just a 2x4 frame, and then we're actually using not chicken wire, but actually like a plastic chicken wire. This isn't for predators, this is just for the birds. Speaking of the birds, our current chickens are like, what in the world is going on right now? So these two panels are just really easily screwed together, and it's a really sturdy, easy design. The last thing I've got to do, of course, is remove the door, allowing them access into this run. So this is going to give them this space and this ability to interact with the other chicks.
Maybe next time. There you go.
Come on. One giant step for chicken kind. Meanwhile,
after a little bit of testing the waters, they finally all got the courage to come out and enjoy that run. And they've been out there scratching and pecking and running around for a while now. It's great. So one thing I had failed to do was build a door to give access to this run while this partition was up. I thought I could get away with it, but makes it almost impossible to get in there. So I did go ahead and build a door, which made the access really easy. And now, day 69, and we thought it'd be great to let these chicks out into the yard to be able to see them interact with these hens in an area where they could fly away. There is a pecking order with chickens, and sometimes they can get pretty aggressive. So if you can do sort of a soft introduction while they're out in the yard, it'll give these smaller chicks the ability to run away a lot better or run back into their own little area. So it's their first day of freedom out here, and you know, they're just loving it. And it's really great too when the hens come up. You know, it's not aggressive. You can tell that the interactions with them within this run are really paying off, and it's like they're not meeting for the first time, and they've seen each other before and interacted with each other before, which is making these sort of face-to-face interactions without the partition go a lot smoother.
Come on. You two, babe. You two.
all right.
You all ready for this?
So it is day 72, and this partition is coming down.
Big day. Combining the herds. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. No workplace. Are y'all gonna come out? They're like, whoa, this is crazy. Oh. Mention, babe. Worked. All right. Y'all are free. What do you think about it?
Don't bother me.
Don't worry about him, Loretta.
Now, after a couple of minutes, the new hens start exploring the rest of the run, which is exactly what we wanted. And our older hens didn't seem concerned at all, which is absolutely great. So this integration went really smoothly. Now, our rooster is what we worry about, because roosters can be aggressive towards other roosters, and we're pretty sure some of our male offspring are roosters, or at least we hope. Honestly, I think he's looking around absolutely overwhelmed at the hens that he now has to protect. So they made it through the day, and now they're heading back into their original coop. Now it's been a couple days and the flocks are getting along nicely. They're pretty much fully integrated, but they're still sleeping separately. So the new hens are still in their original coop, and Our old hens are still in the new coop. All right, y'all, so there you have it. From 1-day-old chicks to fully integrated into our new flock. And it was really pretty seamless. Now, there's still one more step we have to take. So we will still have to close off the old coop and get these new hens over into the new coop where the nesting box is so we can start getting some nice fresh eggs. All right, y'all, well, I hope you liked the video. For those of you who have been following along, thank you so much. For those of you who are new to our channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, then you will be updated when we have new videos posting. So we've got a lot going on out here at the farm, as I've said time and time again. It's summertime, it's hot, it's the busiest time of the year, but check us out because there's always a lot going on out here at Wild Hearts Farm. So thank you all, God bless, and have an awesome, awesome day. Y'all need to start mingling more with those older hens now. They can really be mentors to y'all. They know where all the good food is, all the nice places to dust bathe. That's all you gotta do. And you gotta start laying those eggs. Come on. We need to start getting some more eggs.